already know who this is, and we are back with
B-Girl TV.
And today we have T Law Girl, aka Tanisha. I'm sure you guys are saying this girl looks super familiar, and if you're saying that, it's because she's already been on our channel before. Tanisha, introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Tanisha. Nice to meet you guys. I don't even know what.
Tanisha has already been on the channel before. She's actually one of my good friends, and she is also not a stranger to B-Girl TV. So today's topic, I'm quite sure by the title you already know what this is about. Today's topic is about why dating sucks, especially for the millennial boss babes. Okay, and when I say that, I mean, I'm sure everyone, all of us have these issues, but it seems like when you are an independent woman and you have so many things going for yourself, dating seems like it's the worst thing ever, especially when you're, yeah.
Okay. I'm cute though.
We have compiled a list of all the reasons why dating sucks, and we will give you an explanation as to why. FYI, before we even get into this video, these are our opinions. This does not reflect the opinions of anybody else. And if you disagree with anything that we say, you are free to leave a comment down below. Okay, so the first reason why we came up with why dating sucks is that we as women always look for love in the wrong places.
I agree with that. I think like we always fall for like the wrong people, and it's like always like I've never heard a story where somebody's like, I dated this type of person, they was the wrong type of person. I dated this type of person, and like every single person that they dated was different and they were getting the same results. I just don't hear that. I hear like you have a type.
Yes, absolutely.
You keep going for that same type.
Right.
And it's just not working out.
So
how do you break that cycle?
I don't know. I don't really have a type. I mean, at my age, I don't really have a, like, per se, like a physical, like you don't have to physically look a certain way. And I still run into the same, it's like I'm just like walking into a door, like I don't.
But I'm thinking about your last two, the ones that I know. They're not like too different.
Really?
I mean, looks wise, aren't they like the same complexion?
Heck no.
I don't really know them.
He wasn't really what I would normally go for. Like if you look at my son's father and you look at him, it's like night and day.
I guess I meant like there's still like black guys.
I mean, let's not even talk about black guys.
They're all kind of like Caribbean.
Being from the same country, but that just happened by chance.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying,
Okay,
like, there's some
okay,
similarities.
okay.
It's not like you went and you were like, listen, I started dating this Asian guy, and same thing, and then I started dating this white guy, and same thing, and I started dating this Indian guy, and same thing. I just mean like, I'm not saying like they all have to be like a certain complexion, a certain height, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's that kind of vibe, that you go for, kinda. Sometimes you and that vibe isn't.
We're not connected.
Vibing.
So basically, is it like, because I like black men, so I guess I do have a type, right?
I mean, that's a broad type, but yeah, in a way.
Okay,
yeah.
I like black men. Am I 100% opposed to dating outside of my race? No, I'm not. But I never ran across anybody out of my race that was attracted to me.
So when we get to the last one and we talk about online dating, we will get into that.
Okay, so as far as I feel like, yes, you're 100% right. We always fall for the same characteristics. I feel like it's not type. I feel like it's more so characteristics.
That's what I should have said. Yeah.
Always, as women, feel like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can change that person, and that's where we go wrong. Like, if this is what the person is, you have to see people for exactly what they are.
That is so true.
Yeah, and I always keep saying to myself, you know what? I'm not gonna date a person that has this, and the third, and then I meet someone who appears to be a great person,
Right.
and then you're like, okay, well maybe I can just like bend a little bit because no
Right.
one's
'Cause
perfect.
nobody's perfect. Yeah.
Yes. The no one's perfect thing, and then they turn around and then they end up doing the same thing, and you're like,
Right. And I think like when we think like, we're not trying to change, when we try to change the person, we really mean like, it could be something so simple and then you realize like, wait a second, I know that's so nasty.
oh wow.
Yes, I was like, okay.
This is Jamaican ginger wine.
I mean, oh, I just like blew into it and just burned my eyes.
No, this is
No,
very
not
true.
doing this to myself. All right, so for instance, right? So you meet a guy and you don't like the way he handled something, right?
Right.
Let's say like I had a situation very, very, very recently
Okay.
where you know who.
Yes.
We're not gonna say no names.
They gonna say no names on this
We're not
show.
gonna
They
say
gonna
no
say no
names.
names.
No free promo.
No,
Okay? But anyway, so basically, you know when you're excited, you and somebody's supposed to be hanging out, so you're super excited about it, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I had called him because we spoke in the morning, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna call you when I'm done getting my hair done. So he said, okay, no problem. So now I call him when I finish getting my hair done, and then he did not answer the phone. So I'm like, okay, he's at work, he'll give me a call back. He never called me back. So now I see the time is approaching where we're supposed to be hanging out, and I'm like, hey, are we still hanging out? He's like, oh, weren't you supposed to call me? Like, so that right there can be something so simple where now in my mind, right, I was thinking like, maybe I need to have a conversation with this person. Like, okay, I need to have a conversation with you because, but then it's like, no, that's in his trait to do something like that. Like, I would have never done that. If I know me and you hanging out and I didn't see, and I see the time coming down and I'm like, hey, I'm going to hit you up. I'm not going to be like, I'm not hitting you up. I want to go about my business.
But I think like men and women think completely differently. Like you could be you and your partner and you and a guy, and this is not for everyone. This is just from my personal experience. We both could be sitting down in the chair looking at the same thing. Like we're looking at that. I'll be looking at the sign that says there's always something to be thankful for, and he will be looking at the TV. And we're looking in the same direction. Like,
Right.
it's like, can we like
And I
just-
totally get that, but like what we were talking about when we said like trying to change that person,
Yeah.
that's if you're okay with the way that person views things, then you can stay with that person. I'm not okay with the way he views things, and I stayed for a while, and then I was like, nah, I gotta go.
Okay.
Because
that's
like you
fair.
said, he could be looking at the sign, you could be looking at the sign, and he's looking at the TV. As long as you're okay with him looking at the TV, then you guys can always come to some sort of neutral. But if you're not okay with him looking at the TV and now you're forcing him to look at the sign, now we have an issue.
And then it's like you both have to literally be on the same page and want the same things and are willing to put in work. And I don't feel like a lot of these guys nowadays are willing to put in the work. Or maybe they just don't want to put in the work for me. Maybe there's something about me.
People are getting married, so
It gotta
people are
be
putting in
me.
the work.
It gotta be. No, I don't know. Maybe because,
I know I see the post and it was like, I want a husband, but not like the husbands y'all have. Like, I want
like maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the problem. Because sometimes I sit back and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm the problem.
yeah. Sometimes the problem is you, but like, not in my last situation. No. When you meet somebody and the person is like, right now I'm not looking for a relationship. It is so easy for you to convince yourself like, you know what, I just jumped out of a relationship. I'm not looking for a relationship. But if you are a relationship type of person, and there are people out there who are just hopeless romantics, you just fall in love.
Yeah.
You want a relationship. That's what you like. You go from relationship to relationship. No judgment. I know a lot of girls like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of girls.
Are they in relationships or are they just dating?
No, I know a lot of girls that are like in relationships to relationship. They never had that dating phase, and it could just be everybody's life pattern is different. You meet people at different points in your life, and whatever the case may be. But the moral is, or the fact is, if the person says they're not looking for a relationship, you have to kind of remember that, because you could end up lying to yourself, saying, "I just got out of a relationship." And I don't really want to be in a relationship, and the next thing you know, you're talking to this person, and now you're like, wait a second, what am I doing? I'm doing all the things that the person in the relationship
It's
for people
supposed to be doing. Yeah.
and we're not going towards a relationship, and now you start thinking, and the minute you start thinking that, if that person isn't thinking that, then
Yeah. So I know this guy. I've known or I know him, and he was trying to, I guess, talk to me or court me, and then
you.
yeah, like date me.
Oh, because you said talk to and then court you, because that's a big difference there. When you're talking to somebody versus when that person is actually courting you.
Yeah, like we went out a couple of times.
Okay.
So I guess that's like courting. And then we were having a conversation one time, and he said to me that he is not looking for a relationship. This is like after the fact. That he's not looking for a relationship because, you know, he's trying to get his situation
Situated.
together, which is completely understandable. That's fine. So that wasn't something that I was comfortable with. So I was just like, okay, cool. I respect the fact that you told me that, but that's not what I want. So I'm going to just exit stage left. And
Exit stage left.
yeah, I had to make that exit.
Yeah.
And he was like very disappointed that I did not want to stick around for the nonsense. And then he says to me, I didn't say I want a relationship now, but maybe in the future, you know, I may be open to that. But why do I have to subject myself
And wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you gotta do
I
better.
don't want to come on too strong because they're like, oh, let's just see where this goes. No, we have to put some sort of direction, because if we just get into a car and just be like, let's see where this car goes.
The car could go into a goddamn wall.
Like, I need to know where we're heading, not know, let's just see where this goes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're gonna have to do.
Where do you want it to go? Let's start there.
I honestly really don't know. And it's like,
No, I'm talking about like when they say let's
no,
see
that's
where-
what I'm saying. I don't understand what is in the man's mind. I don't know.
Because then you could end up coming on way too strong. If you're like, no, this is the first thing, and you're like, no, I need to know if you want to marry me. I need to know.
I get that. I get that. But as also like, if you know that you, like you said, if you know that this is what you want and this
Right.
is what you're looking for, I feel like that's something that should be discussed early on.
Yeah.
So no one is like feeling no type of way,
Yeah.
or no one's like confused, because it's so easy for people's minds or people to start thinking stuff like,
Right.
I could be thinking, okay, I'm talking to this guy, we're dating and we're like working towards something, and he's probably like, no, we're just chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's another reason why dating sucks, because people lack communication and people are not truthful.
I was literally just thinking that, and I'm just like, in the beginning when you telling all those lies and it just sounds so good.
Yeah. It's like,
That's crucial stages. You should not be lying in that
yo, I'm telling you. And it's like when someone lies about something so little, just imagine what else they're lying about. Number 4. So why I'm talking about, you know, this is in particular to, you know, these kind of women, like, you know, melanin. I was reading this article. Tanisha, you know what article it was, and it stated that Black women are the most undesirable woman, and as far as like race is concerned, so we're like the bottom of the totem pole. So it's pretty much, we don't really have much to choose from. Why are you laughing?
It's just so funny. You're so funny. Yeah, I mean, we have to deal with men. Okay, so some are gay.
Yeah.
So
They don't like us.
the site, yeah, we're the homies.
Okay.
And then obviously you have those that are like, I'm not even interested in you like that. You're not my type.
Yeah. Oh, I got a story.
Not like, you know, half of their types. And then it's like slim pickings out there. And now we gotta deal with competition. I gotta deal with you.
I'm not your competition, Sam.
I'm just talking in general, because like now you out there looking for a good man. If he's a good man, you out there looking for a good man. She's out there looking for a good man. Everybody out there looking for a good man.
They're probably already snatched up.
They're snatched up. But before they're snatched up, it's like a competition. And
maybe they were overlooking those ones, like, and then all of a sudden, you know, they like switched up and turned out to be like.
That's why I think sometimes when you don't know the person, because like usually I found myself like always dating somebody that I kind of knew something about. You know what I mean? Like I went to school with him a long time ago.
Yeah, those don't work.
He was a friend of a friend of a friend, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, like, then you meet somebody and it's like, that person, you have no idea if they were like the laughing stock of high school, a cornball.
But why does that even matter at this point?
No, because you said you knew nothing about the person. Like, the people that we overlooked.
Yeah.
We overlooked those people because we're like, oh, in high school, oh, please. And now you see him on Facebook, you're not even looking at him, nothing. But then, for me, I have no idea who you are. I don't know anything about your past, anything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. So that's why you need to probably date, because I used to be scared to date people that I had knew nothing about.
I mean, it's kind of different because I have a child, so I can't just invite anybody into my life, because once you're in my life, you're in my child's life, and then it gets like really, really complicated. But I wanted to touch back on the topic when you were saying about you not being that person's type. So I'm in the girl in the store. I went in the store one day and the girl said, "Oh my God, this guy came to the store looking for you." And I was like, "What?" They was like, "Oh my God, he was so cute and he was black." And I'm like, yeah, right? So I was kind of like, I've been here for 6 years and I have yet to see.
Why do you say that?
I have yet to see anyone that I am physically attracted to.
Yikes.
And when I say physically attracted to, I'm not saying that there's no one that's not, you know, good looking, but I have to be more like, you have to look good, smell good, you know, your teeth gotta be in order. Hygiene, you know, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, you know, all those things are important to me.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh my God, he was very good looking. He spoke very well. He was dressed nice." I was like,
"Your father?"
No.
What are you talking about, my dad?
No.
You were like, "Did my dad stop in there?"
No. And she was like, "For real?" And he was asking for you. And I'm like, "Me?" So this is the thing. Guys in Panama do not like black girls. Black guys in Panama do not like black girls. Okay?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I've been here. They don't like black girls. The guy then turns and says to the girl, "You know, I don't even like black girls, but she's exotic."
I'm gonna have some of this nastiness.
Let's just look it up. Yeah, he said that.
It's actually not that bad, you know.
Maybe it's because it's warm.
Yeah.
But he definitely said that. He said he does not like black girls, but I was exotic. I don't know what the hell that meant. But I was kind of like offended because I was like, how can you say you don't like black women when you came from a black woman? Clearly, if you're black, you came from a black woman.
I always say this. Thinking something like that in your mind it's okay. You could think that. It's just bad when it comes out. There's just no way of it sounding like okay.
So how would he like now if he came to me and I said to him, you know, I don't, you're attractive and everything, but I don't like black guys. That would be so rude. Like,
people don't get that because like I've gotten before like, oh my, and this came from a genuine, well, I don't even know if she was a genuine friend now that I think of it. Because we're not friends anymore. But at the time we was cool. And she was like, you know, T, like, you're really pretty. Like, I know, like for adults and girls, but like...
Okay, see, I hate when people
say
that.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because you just never know anybody notice. But like, I think it was just kind of like... I don't know, I think that's a whole other topic on its own, but I don't really think that she meant it in a negative way.
But I don't understand why would you say you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl? Like, why would you say you're just pretty? So basically,
because maybe
she's saying that Dawson girls aren't pretty.
I guess.
She's a colorist. Okay, so anyway, the dating pool is limited, as we said before. And I know, you know, she's a daredevil. I'm not. I'm kind of like a square when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
I would not, like, I personally have never done online dating. I know it has been suggested to me that maybe I should do online dating.
Yeah.
It's not my thing, but... T law girl.
I could be that on the dating agency because I don't really trust it that much, so I try to switch things around.
She can definitely give you some experience if you want to know about dating online.
Okay, so I totally got into dating online because when I was working at my other job, Short little story. Okay, short little story. I used to work in Brooklyn, and I used to be so annoyed because I used to be like, oh my god, I cannot work with my people anymore. Like, crazy people is so annoying. Like, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to work with black people no more. Like, sorry, I said it. Yeah, I did. I was, and then, you know what? I know a lot of people who felt that way. So then I got a new job, and I ended up being the only black girl there. Child, I was like, where are my people? I was like, where are my people? Because I ended up being like, I felt like Issa. Issa, you don't know? You don't like Insecure? Like every little.
Yeah. So, you said Issa. I'm like, who is Issa?
So when I say that, I mean like, it got to the point one time I was eating my curry chicken. I'm at work and I wanted my curry chicken and I'm eating my chicken and everything. And if I was working at my old job, people would have been like, curry chicken smells good. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yes, we get that from. I'd be like, I cook it at home. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I cook good things, right? Everything would have been good. I'm at my other job and white lady walks by. She's like, oh, you having Indian? I was like, what?
But you know, Indians do cook curry though, so I get it.
I get where she was coming from with that, but it's like, no, I'm having curry chicken. Like, so anyway, so I really, but working there gave me this whole new insight on the way other people are dating. And like me and my homegirls, you know, people like you, people that, you know, nobody in my circle was doing online dating. Nobody. But then when I went there and I came out of my circle, all of those girls was going and doing online dating. Everybody was online dating. And that's how I got into it, because I was like, you know what, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. Secondly, when I was on online dating, I've actually scrolled past maybe one or two guys that I knew, that I went to school with, college, and I was like, actually, these guys are not like serial killers or monsters either. And they're on it, you know what I mean? So whatever drew them on it, whatever drew me on it, because I'm not a crazy psychopath, you know what I'm saying? And I was on it. However, there are some online dating etiquette that needs to be.
Okay, so she's gonna school us. You're gonna school us on the online dating.
Online dating rule number one. Do not be putting up pictures with you and other girls.
They do
I
that?
don't know if that's your cousin, your sister, your brother. I mean, I don't know who the hell that is.
They do that?
Yes, they'll have like there'll be a profile and it'll be like them at like a wedding party and like a group picture. Do not put group pictures up on.
Why not? Why can't they put group pictures?
Because to me it's kind of like, well, who is that?
I mean, but it's like a group picture.
No, it's not always just a group picture. Sometimes it's just them and another female.
Okay, so
and it could be something friendly, where they're just kind of like this and they're just taking a picture, but it's like, okay, scrolling past you because I don't know what's going on there and I don't have time to dig. I need things to be, if it's online dating, this is what it is. I need you to show me exactly what it is, and then I'll be like or dislike. I don't need to be digging deep wondering who she is.
Okay, that's fair, right? Okay.
That, and then like, I don't know, I just feel like you should just have pictures of only you. Don't include the homeboy, because if the homeboy look good, I'm like, okay, well, let's see, like, how, I'm like, okay, let me find their page, their Instagram page, and seeing if they tag homeboy in it, because I'm gonna be like, I'm
going to get friends.
Exactly. Another thing with like online dating is like asking people for their number like way too quick. For me personally, it's like, can we just keep it? And it's so icky to just be like asking, like, can we just keep it on the app for now?
But it's like, okay, when people are online, isn't it like, okay, they know what they want? Like, they know, like, okay, I'm trying to be in a relationship, or, you know.
You would think. And then you still meet somebody who's kind of like, I'm just testing the waters, and they're not getting off of the app yet. So, like, if you know what you want, right, but you have to know who you want it with, and they may not know who they want it with yet.
So they're just like.
So I know that he might be saying, I know that I'm looking for a wife. That just sounds so great. You know, they're not going to say that. They're not. But anyway, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this guy's like, I'm looking for a wife. It's kind of like The Bachelor at this point. But it probably just don't have to take it as far as like, but you know what I'm saying? Like now you're dating, you're online dating, you're not, so to me, until you guys both say, you know what, I haven't been on the app much anymore, or I'm kind of just like, you know, phasing off of the app, then you know, like, okay, then you guys are going somewhere.
Okay, it's a lot to this online dating thing.
It's a lot to the online dating thing. What I am gonna say though is there's a lot of pros and cons, and I haven't really thought them through. But I'm not opposed to it. I've done it, but it can be very toxic if you are actively on it looking for a rebound. And I think that's where I went wrong with it. Like, I was talking to somebody, it did not work out, and then I was just like, oh my God, like, it sucks because you were talking to somebody and then boom, you're not talking to anybody at all.
So you're just looking for someone to like basically fill the void.
Fill the void with. And then you never know if somebody's doing that to you. So it's just kind of like, you just have to be really careful. You have to be in the right mind space when you decide to do online dating. Because it's like dating intensified. Because you could just be out here dating and, okay, I met a random guy, we met somewhere, we met on a train, we started talking. But then if you go online dating, it's like you are in the race now. You know what I mean? And
it sounds very competitive, and it sounds like a lot. And
I don't think it's a lot. It just really depends. Like, and honestly speaking, me personally, I can have like a conversation with you and kind of know if this is gonna go anywhere.
Okay. Well, have you had any successful relationships with online dating?
No. But I haven't been on it for very long, and I don't even have. Let me see if I have, because I know.
What?
What?
Oh.
I know for a fact I was on Hinge, and I deleted it. Yeah, see, I don't even have the app anymore.
Okay, she is a professional online dater.
I am not. I'm just on it, and
I don't even know what the hell was Hinge. There was another one, Bumble before.
I had gotten on Bumble because if you ever go to, I think it's Freehold I was at, it's like a club in Brooklyn, and they were like, if you want a free drink, you have to download Bumble. So I was like, download it, and then all of a sudden, like, I was like, actually, this is really not that bad, and I started going through it. The thing about Bumble, though, is that the woman has to make the first move. And that's kind of good, because I remember when I was on POF years ago, and all of a sudden I had like 1,000, no, it wasn't even 1,000, it was like, I think after 100, it stopped telling you how many messages you have, it would just say 100 plus.
Okay, sounds like
and I was like,
friend requests.
What in the world is this? So with Bumble, you don't have your inbox being flooded because no one can hit you up. You have to hit them up. You swipe on them, and if they are going through and they swiped on you, and then you swipe on them, then it matches, and then you can send the first move.
Okay. Okay. So she's not opposed to online dating. Would I be doing online dating? I don't see it in my future. I don't.
You know what? You should. You should try it. You should just be open to it. Because you never know.
I'm okay. I'm good.
You never know. You might meet somebody good on online dating. Especially with because you are in Panama and you want to date somebody that's in the States.
No, I don't want to date someone in the States. I want to date someone with sense. And unfortunately, okay, let me take that back. That sounds really oh my God. I don't think I am compatible. Well, first of all, here in Panama, this is what the issue is. For my age,
everybody's already have kids.
Well, first of all, people start very early here. Like, they get married at like 2 years old. Okay, I'm exaggerating, not 2, but like...
Yeah, they're already married at 21.
They're like, have like this family, whatever. Okay, great. On top of that, of them starting very young, there's not many successful young people my age that are on the same financial bracket.
Yeah.
So then it will become a situation where I'm taking care of a man, and I've seen it happen to a lot of females here.
No.
And I'm not on that type of time, so. And then on top of that, I am raised in New York, so my mentality is a little bit different.
I'll do that to you.
So that's why it's kind of like, I mean, you gotta take it back to the fact that they don't like black girls.
Yeah, I mean, so you say, I have no idea about these Panamanians.
They don't. And it's not only Panamanians, there's Colombians, there's Venezuelans. Even the Jamaicans don't want black girls. I have to bet. Do you want me to pull up the Instagram? I'm gonna pull up this boy's Instagram right now.
Who?
He's somebody. I'm not open to online dating. I'm not willing to do online dating. I don't think I'll be doing online dating anytime soon. So yeah. And so the last and final reason why we feel like dating sucks is because people complain that we are not submissive. Submission is a problem, apparently.
There was somebody who wrote about it.
Fantasia?
Right, I didn't read it.
She had a whole thing about her being submissive to her man, which I get it because a lot of us don't have positive role model. Like a lot of, I can't speak for, everybody, but a lot of women didn't grow up with mother and father in the household. And so they're used to doing everything on their own. So it's
and then that can also backfire on you.
That's what I'm saying, because you're so independent and you're so used to
but then you could also expect the guy to do so much.
Why? I don't understand. How come?
Like, I just feel like we're in a different era where certain things can be 50-50 and then certain things can be 70-30.
Like what?
So, like, basically what I was saying was, like, living in the household, like, in my household, my father was, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, like, now it's like we have, like, so much more independence and stuff. Kind of, like, in an era where some things can become 50-50, and then there's, like, other things that, I think there's just, like, this really thin line that kind of gets, like, drawn. Like, we have become way more independent than what we used to be, because before it used to be women at home doing such and such and such, and now we're like being entrepreneurs, we're doing all these things, and we want to do these things, and then we also want the guy to do certain things too. So if you are at home, and if you grew up at home where your mother and your father was there, and your father was doing pretty much everything, and your mother was taking care of the house, like, I kind of don't want that.
But see, this is the thing. I grew up with my mom and my dad. My father took care of mostly all, like, the physical responsibilities. Like, he made sure the rent was paid, He
mowed the lawn type of thing.
Yeah. My mother just did, like, the basics. Like, she'll pay, like, the light bill or the cable bill, the small little bills or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he just maintained the household. So I always grew up wanting someone like my dad.
Of course, yeah. But then, like, also, like, your mom was probably the one taking care of the kids and everything in the morning.
She worked, though. She had a job.
And then it's like, I'm noticing more and more, like, the fathers aren't doing that.
I think a lot of, in our community, so many men grew up without fathers. They don't really even know what it is like to be, or what the male's role is supposed to be, or how to even really treat a woman. Like, my personal situation, the person told me that he grew up with people arguing and fighting all the time, so that's what he deemed as what normal is. So you always want to come to me with drama, and I'm like, I'm not into all that.
Yeah, no. But then also it's like, I have no problem with being submissive, but to the right person.
Yeah, because y'all not about to drive me into a wall with your bad decisions.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that will not happen. Not today. No.
Yeah, like, you want to be all, like, submissive and shit, but it's kind of like, bro, you don't have no money. My thing is, like, if you can teach me something,
yes,
I'm willing to learn from you.
Yeah,
I'm willing to learn from you. I'm willing to, sometimes, like, I remember going out on a date with this one guy. He probably don't even know, because, like, now we're not even friends. We're friends on Instagram, but we're just not even cool anymore. But when we went there, we went to the restaurant, he ordered for me.
I would have been taken aback, like, you are just taking charge, you know what? I
kind of liked it. I was like, you know what? He was like, nah, I've been here before. Like, trust me. Got her and I was like, that's what he said. This is what I'm drinking tonight, because he said, and I was okay with that. Like, I was like, okay. I found that attractive. I found it sexy.
Yes, when they take the lead.
You know what I'm saying? I found it, you know what I'm saying? But you're not going to bring me to, I don't know if you ever, that restaurant Pio Pio?
Yes.
You're not going to bring me to Pio Pio talking about she's going to have, no. Because I'm going to be like, nah, only you like me, and you want to be like a thigh. But if you brought me somewhere that was really nice, and the place was really nice, and he showed me somewhere new, you know what I'm saying? I've never been there before, because if you bring me somewhere that I already know, it's kind of equivalent to you telling me something that I already know too.
Yeah, you want
So in that same situation, you cannot order me something from a restaurant that I've already been to and expect me not to be like, actually, that's not what I want. Mm-hmm. But if you bring me somewhere else and you're telling me, like the guy that I was talking to, he has property. And I was just like, oh, okay, because, I was telling him that I'm looking to move. Like, if you can teach me something, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, help me with this move. I will listen to you. I will take your guidance. But then you meet somebody else who don't even have any property. How am I going to take, how do I sit back and let you drive me where? I'll never, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like, so you have to be able to bring, like, they want us to be submissive, but what are you bringing to the table that we don't already have?
Definitely agree 100%, guys.
So when the next time somebody is saying, like, us women need to be more submissive, check yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just know and evaluate what you're bringing to the table. And even more than just bringing to the table, like something that, because you just have to be bringing more to the table than what the person that you want to be submissive to has. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you might have a property or so. I'm still not going to be submissive to you if I have a property too.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I've been there, I've done this already. But if you're going to teach me something new, then yeah, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to...
But maybe, I understand what you're saying in that part, but for like me, I have a property and there are people, I've dated guys that don't own property and they don't necessarily, they can't teach me anything about that particular thing, but they can teach me about something else that I'm not knowledgeable about, and then maybe I can teach them about that. Like, I've met people like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like a give and take. Guys, tell us what you think, okay? I know some of y'all gonna be trying to come for us, but it's okay, because y'all, that's what y'all do. But it's okay. Leave your comments down below. Again, like I always say in these type of videos, we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. Okay. Before you go, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, I mean, I don't really care anyway. And make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at @IM_VMonroe, and follow Tanisha on Instagram at
T_lawgirl, LAWGIRL.
Yeah, don't just follow, just look at our pictures and don't follow us, okay? Because I know that's what y'all be doing. Because I can see on the top of my thing how many new followers, how many people came to my page. So I know it's y'all. But anyway, okay, yeah, I'm just joking. Make sure you guys like and subscribe again, and watch some of the other videos, and we will be looking forward to your comments. Bye, guys!